So how many times do you think I can make writing the D line jokes before they demonetize this video? That's it. That's my intro. Hey, I'm Amanda. I'm professionally curious, and I talk for a living, and you're watching Swell Entertainment, the channel where I tell you about whatever I'm obsessed with every week. And this week, we are talking about the new D-Line expansion for the LA Metro here in Los Angeles. This is a big deal. This is cool. So I will admit, despite living in LA since January of 2021, I've only recently started riding the LA Metro. I know. But in my defense, I'm car-pilled from Orange County. We don't even have like a public train. We've got Amtrak and buses, and that's about it. And Amtrak, we got like one station that we would go to, and that was it. Take the train to San Diego. That would be it. And also, now that I've moved to LA, I'm self-employed, and I don't do a ton of commuting or anything like that. And so, I've just never really felt the need to like explore the LA Metro. That's on me. I do have quite a few friends that are LA natives, and some of them are very open about taking the LA Metro, and some of them are like, how dare you? Everyone knows you don't do that. Why are you taking the LA Metro? Okay. But when I came back from Japan, where I became the train master, for those of you who don't know, okay, I was running those stations. I was like, you know what? I'm train pilled now. Let me actually explore, what my city has to offer with the LA Metro. And there's a station not far from me. I can walk to a station very easily from where I live. So I was like, let me go explore. And I actually used it to go down to the LA Festival of Books at USC. I took the A to the C line, I believe, all the way down to USC. And, since then I've done it a few times. I also take it down to the, LA Natural History Museum, literally earlier this week, because I wanted to go. And frankly, gas is expensive. Somewhere here in LA, gas is $9 already. I'm not paying that. I'm not. It's been interesting on my end because I've been enjoying it, and some of my friends are not. Okay, but I also have a few friends that are public transport fan girls and boys, if you will. Okay, and so I had like posted from the LA Natural History Museum the other day, and my friend was like, oh my God, wait, did you take the train down? I was like, yeah. And I was like, I also have a membership to the LA Natural History Museum now and the La Brea Tar Pits. I'm taking advantage of what my city has to offer, okay? But when my friend invited me to the group he was trying to get together to ride the D-Line expansion and go check out the events that they were doing for the opening of the D-Line extension here in LA for the extension down in Wilshire, I was like, yeah, let's go. And also, this is good because I've done a lot of doom and gloom and Amanda's mad about something lately videos. So let's make a video about something positive. Public transportation and exploring your own city. Basically, the LA Metro did an event called Discovery Runs Deep Community Celebrations, okay? And this was to celebrate the 3 new stations that were opening on the D-Line. So this makes it so that the D-Line goes further down Wilshire, which is a big deal, but eventually the next expansion in like phase 2, I believe they're calling it, they're trying to get it further into Beverly Hills. The D-Line has 3 new stations, and here is a map of the LA Metro system. Okay, the purple line is what we're talking about, which is why I'm wearing purple. Because it's the D line, that's why I'm going to continue to make Ride the D jokes, because they have done shirts, Ride the D shirts. These have sold out 4 times, and a bunch of the people that I was with had these shirts. I do not have one. They were giving out merch at these events, which I'll show you in a second, but the amount of people that would stop my friends on the train being like, wait, are they giving out the shirts? Are they selling the shirts? No, it's on the website, but they were relisted and all this stuff, and everyone was like, I want the shirt. The bag is okay. I don't really want the bag. I want the Ride the D shirt. The new stations are Wilshire La Brea, Wilshire Fairfax, and Wilshire La Cienega. Okay, and that's now where the line ends, is La Cienega instead of Western. This is really cool, and it's a really big deal. Took the A line to Union Station, walked through Union Station, and just seeing everyone get like excited, like the way this platform was filling up was so much fun. At this time, I was like, oh, I'm gonna film, and I was filming the entire time. But then I saw furries. For those of you who don't know, it's not a Swell Entertainment event if I don't see a furry. Okay, I'm dead serious. Anything can be an event. I just have to know a furry is there. Okay, I don't know why. It just makes sense. It's one of my requirements. That, and I have to eat food in a place that's not meant to be eaten food, like on the floor. This time around, we used a traffic divider as a table. That works. that counts. That's a Swell Entertainment event right there. And so there was a group of furries that were all there, and I was like, hey, are you guys riding the B line or the D line? Because there were 2 trains obviously on this platform. And they were like, oh, we're gonna ride the D, but not for a while, because the D line didn't start, the first train didn't start until like 12:13, 12:15, because the first stations weren't opening until 12:30. Okay. And I was like, great, I'm a YouTuber, and I was explaining everything. And one of them was like, wait, are you that's it, that's my intro girl? I was like, yeah. I was like, oh my God, I watch your videos. Can I get a selfie? So I got a video clip of the furries. A bunch of them had their heads on. It was very sweet. And then I saw them later at one of the stations as well, and they had a big sign. So I got a video with the sign as well with them. So it was very fun. So therefore, officially a Swell Entertainment event. The furries of Los Angeles. And the furries, I did not know that a lot of furries are public transportation supporters, are big fans of public transportation supporters. I knew a lot of them were hackers and a lot of them worked in tech. I did not know a lot of them were pro public transportation. So that's very fun. The vibes were very fun and everyone was excited. Someone started chanting "Ride the D" and got up on a thing. The Metro workers were handing out these. Wilshire runs deep, and it's about the whole extension, section 1, and the date. It's like a little commemorative thing, so I'm going to hold on to this. What's new? Why does it matter? And I want to read the why it matters, because I think obviously this is what they're putting out, but also I think this is, important to understand as well. Connecting downtown Los Angeles to mid-Wilshire, this high-capacity, zero-emission rail line reduces travel times and congestion along the busy Wilshire corridor, improves riders' access to jobs, healthcare, and education opportunities, provides a safe, clean, and affordable transportation option to get across town, connects Angelenos and visitors to some of the city's most popular cultural institutions and entertainment venues, supports a reduction in vehicle miles traveled across LA County. As I'm recording this, it is the day after, okay, because I was riding the D all day. This video is so gonna get demonetized. Eventually, this D line should go all the way down so that it actually goes by UCLA. Because right now, as I mentioned, USC is where the LA Festival of Books was. So I was able to take my train down to USC. To take it down to UCLA is going to be a huge deal, because that allows students, faculty, people that work there, the ability to live and, commute a lot easier and not have to live around that area. And it gives them a lot more options. And that's the same thing with most public transportation, is it gives up more freedom for the people to commute to work, commute to school, and have options on top of, the environmental impacts, cost impacts. For me to go from, my home to USC for the LA Festival of Books, trying to find parking around that area when that's one of the largest book festivals in the country, the time that it took me to drive there, gas prices currently, in total round trip, that was about $3.20. And I was on that train for quite a while. It was about an hour and a half, so it was, a little over double the time that it would have taken me to drive that, I believe. I could be butchering the times, Same with me going to the museum, it took me like 40 minutes to get down there. It was easier for me to justify paying for a membership when I got there because I wasn't paying for parking or anything like that. When my car wasn't working, it would have been $1-ish for me to go visit my friends to maintain the plans that we had. It cost each ride, but it's very reasonable. And right now, as I'm recording this, as I mentioned, it's still the weekend. This was just yesterday. The event itself is done, but until Monday, they're still allowing free rides for the entire metro system to celebrate, the D-line extension. So I've literally making a video once I'm done filming this about like, hey, if you've ever wanted to explore the LA Metro, this is the time to do it, because you can go and explore and you're not tapping your card all the time. I was able to do a tap card just on my phone and I just load that up. I also did get, do I have it? Oh no, it's in my wallet. It's downstairs. There's new special tap cards. I got one with fossils on it because of the little Brea tar pits. It's got like a saber-tooth fossil on it. It's sick. It's so cool. There's also one for the Peterson Museum, as in the Automotive Car Museum. That's cool. The train had already arrived and they opened the doors literally right at about like 12:13, I believe. I know. We all file in. This was packed, a packed train car, okay? These are the newer cars, so they're a little more open style seating. It's a little closer to like what I know and experience from New York or Japan even, versus the row seating that's common in a lot of the LA Metro cars. So this was perfect as well, because that meant that we were all packed in here, okay? And they're all connected cars for the most part versus the 222, which is what's common right now.
Oh my God. This is like Japan rush hour.
I know. They close the doors. We start moving. And we decided we were going to go all the way to the end to La Cienega and then explore that station, go back, explore that station, go back, explore that station. Because each station was doing the Discovery Runs Deep event. There was a DJ at every single station. There were booths at every single station giving out merch. So I've got this foldable bag. See, they're not as fun though as Ride the D. D-line water bottle, actual water bottles. They had free waters at all of these. And that's the thing that's really cool because what they had at each station to not just, celebrate the station openings, but also to highlight restaurants and businesses in the area.
Here, at least.
Wow, that's everything.
Sushi.
Ooh, I can't wait to go to Court Furniture.
They had booths that all had free food for people riding the D-line, but for restaurants that were in the area. So if when you get off at this station, you can go to this Ethiopian place. And they had free food and stuff. And some of the stations were bigger than others and had bigger setups than others. But it was just very fun and very cool. They had the pickle guy from the Grove at the Fairfax one, And again, the Fairfax one is right across from LACMA. It's right there and right next to the tar pits. So even when we were first riding, so we go through La Brea and then going through Fairfax, that's the stop for the tar pits. The amount of people, when they realized we were stopping at that state, they were like, tar pits, tar pits, tar pits, tar pits. That was very fun.
So Ice Age fossils here from tar pits. So what we have here is a collection of different, if you want to sound really fancy, megafauna animals. So big animals that lived during 55,000 to 11,000 years ago. We have a South American ground sloth.
We just started talking with everyone. It was very fun. Everyone was chatting. There was a few people that were definitely just commuting and were just oh my God, what's going on? There's just a lot of people. No one's usually on this train. We were talking with this girl and she was like, yeah, if only it was always this crowded, this would be great. And we were talking and everyone's in their Ride the D shirts and everyone's so excited. Everyone's trying to decide which station they're getting off of, but a lot of people had the same idea that we had, which was ride to the end and then work our way back.
Ride the D! Ride the D! Ride the D!
There were times where the station was crowded because of the event, and again, it's free. So they were like, hey, there's a line to go down. And there was a few times where we debated walking from La Cienega to Fairfax at one point, and then they opened up the station so we were able to go back down. But that would have been 20-minute walk if you really needed to, We go back to La Brea. We make it all the way down. Fairfax had a lot of food at it. Once we were at La Brea, we were like, let's go to the tar pits because someone in the group had never seen the tar pits. So we go back. We walk to the tar pits. It's let's go hang out at the Grove. We go to the Grove. Someone wanted to go to Erewhon, so I went to Erewhon for the first time. That smoothie was not worth $22. I don't care what anyone says. That was not a good smoothie. It was not. Every drink, every sip of it I had, I was more agitated at how much I paid for it. I'm never going back there. I also went on a Waymo for the first time because my friend was like, hey, we got to get back to the station so we can all get back to our respective homes. I don't want to do that. Walks, my legs are starting to kill me because we had been exploring so much. I think I hit 15,000 steps total yesterday from all the walking and stuff that we were doing. And so I ended up going in a Waymo for the first time. Feels unnecessary when we're also talking about public transportation, but yeah, okay. But the trains were so smooth. At one point I was like, wait, we're moving still. It was really a smooth train because the A line, which is the one that I have the most experience with, can get a little bumpy. Ugh. Fighting against my motion sickness on that thing. And my friend just goes, can you say that again into the mic? It was a fun vibe and it was just very exciting and everyone was a good vibe. It was really cool because this is also the thing where as well, as a transplant, there's so many transplants, it feels like once a month we get a viral moment. Someone being like, LA is dark and toxic. It's got an evil vibe. And it's no. This is LA. This is the hodgepodge group of people being so excited to talk about and celebrate this expansion and try different foods and get in line and talk with people. It was just to see the museums, the different spots all had booths. I told the people for the La Brea Tar Pits, spot that because they had a puppet out for a saber-toothed cat and they had a bunch of fossil recreations out. And I was like, yeah, when we were on the first train and we heard everyone was chanting Tar Pits and they were so excited to hear that I was chanting Tar. That's so fun. That's LA. Not tar pits, but you get my point. Also, side note, the tar pits will be closing soon, July 7th. I'm not affiliated. I just like the tar pits. Every time someone's in town, they're like, oh, I've never seen the tar pits. I'm like, let's go. It's closing July 7th for remodeling. So ahead of the LA Olympics, a lot of museums are closing it or doing remodels right now. So keep that in mind. Okay. But you know what you can do? You can explore them with the LA Metro, unaffiliated still. The E line does go all the way down to Santa Monica, but it's going to be a huge deal when this one goes through Beverly Hills. It's very exciting. Yeah, even this map they have here is still has it cut off at Wilshire and Normandy. Wilshire and Western is still the one they have all the way down here right now still. Even the map on the LA Metro site is not updated yet. The stations also are beautiful. They did a bunch of art throughout all the stations, which is very cool. The Fairfax one, I believe, is the one that has a bunch of hands and such modeling items from, I believe, LACMA and I believe the tar pits as well. So it's like showing off like historical art and such, but also, you know, like actual fossils and things like that. It's very cool. And there's just art designs and things like that. And they have obviously the Metro station, the Metro machine, so you can get the tap cards. There's special ones that you can get from each one. They kept selling out. I will say a bunch of the escalators kept going out, but I see that a lot with events as well, conventions in general. I don't always know why. Sometimes it is just like it hadn't been serviced properly or whatever. Who knows? The one thing I will say, you need more bathrooms. I don't know how you have a station and no bathroom inside the station. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand the lack of bathrooms. Thrones are the things that they're doing where it doesn't cost money to use the bathroom, but you do have to like log in with like a QR code and an app to use it as like accountability. I'm going to be totally honest with y'all. It does feel like we're trying to prevent homeless people from being able to use the bathroom. That's just me. But also, no bathrooms inside a station feels weird. Would be interesting to see what else ends up building around a lot of these stations. A lot of people in Beverly Hills have been trying to, you know, prevent a lot of these expansions. A lot of people have been trying to, you know, nuke various expansions. There's a reason this D-line expansion took so long to get to where it is. But overall, I'm very excited. I'm glad I could be on one of the first trains to go through it. And my dad is coming to town because I take him out for Mother's Day. And so I'm going to go show him the D-line. You know, I got him addicted to the monorail in Vegas. I'm going to get him addicted to the LA Metro now. That's how this works. I will just infect train obsession onto people. Next is my friends that are born and raised here and still have never been on the Metro. I'm going to get them on the train next. But overall, I'm very glad I got to do this. And it was a free event, you know, and my friend pointed out recently that like, oh, you've been doing a lot of free events lately. And I think that's the thing as well, because I do so many events where I'm obviously paying to go and review them, and that's my content, you know. But I think that's one thing that I feel like I haven't explored that much, especially here in LA, is that so many cities have, you know, free events and, you know, community events and things like that. And I think that's really cool. So I'm very glad that they were able to do this. And this was really well done overall. You know, every Metro worker was like very excited and it was very fun. It was overall, like the crowds were definitely, some of the stations were more spread out for the pop-up tents and things like that. But that's just a space thing depending on, you know, which station you're at. I think it was at La Brea as well. Someone outside their window hung up a Ride the D like banner that they had painted outside of their apartment window for like Wilshire Tower or something. It was just very fun and I loved the vibes and it felt I was just like really enjoying myself. And then even the ride back, I was like, there was a segment where I was alone and it was just like, it was chill, you know. And I'm not going to sit here and say that there's never been anything bad that I've experienced on the Metro, but you know, the same way that I'm not going to let anything, you know, the possibility of bad prevent me from exploring the world if I can, you know, or exploring my state or anything like that. That got dark, I feel. I don't know. Let's bring back the Ride the D jokes. Here we go. Again, the food was good. That Ethiopian, what was the name of that Ethiopian place? Hold on. Hang on, let me find it. They gave me a card at one point. Hold on. No, that's the cookie spot. Cookiepreneurs, beyond the label. LA Speech and Language Therapy Center, Say and Play. They were holding this out. Ooh, yes, the Natural History Museum, narrow leaf milkweed seeds for the monarchs. They were giving out seeds. Oh, I got a keychain. D-Line Extension Section 1 opening May 6th. I got a keychain. What is the name of the Ethiopian place? Bana Ethiopian Restaurant. I will be coming back there. That was really good. Okay, anyways. It's going to be getting probably quite a bit of use during the World Cup, and let's hope that they extend the further expansions are hopefully slated for before the LA Olympics. That would be cool. I think it's going to be needed. If I want to, I can take the trains from my apartment all the way to the Grove. Do you know how annoying as hell it is to drive to the Grove? Do you know how many movies and things I attend at the Grove? Do you know how annoying it is to go there? And I don't have to drive and park now. Huzzah. Have you ever taken the LA Metro? Are you annoyed that it took me this long to ride the LA Metro here in LA? Were you at the D-Line extension? Did you see me at the D-Line extension? I met a couple of you actually, which was very fun. Did you ride the D yet? Let me know. Comment down below. Reminder, I stream on Twitch. Random Swell Entertainment is now available on Spotify. Remind check out Girly Pop Go if you like some more car and motorsport content. Shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much for supporting me on channel memberships. If you also like supporting me on channel memberships, you can go ahead and click join down below. If you'd like to follow me on all social media, that'll be up here. And that's me. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. Ride the D. Now, if we could just get the People Mover at LAX opening, that would be swell.